Hey there, Breakfast Club. Welcome to Monday. I'm Got That Funk. Thank you for joining me. This week, Sister Danger asked, what is justice? Which I think is a fantastic philosophical question to ask, and it has elicited a wonderful variety of responses from all the Breakfast Club hosts. I've been really impressed with the way things are going here in the Breakfast Club lately. So thanks, Sister Danger, and everybody for your thoughtful contributions. It's been great. Unfortunately for me, being the last host, it means an awful lot of the things that I might have liked to say have been said by other people. In particular, in my case, Bionic Dance. I think Bionic Dance knocked it out of the park on Thursday, and she did what I was sort of planning to do with this video, which is basically just to ask more questions than offer up any answers. Because like she said in the comment section of her video, all I really have is questions. The concept of justice, I think, is separate from how justice is applied. And an awful lot of the conversation this week has really been discussing, how various concepts of justice are applied, rather than what justice is on a more elemental level, which is the only place I can think of to go with my video that I haven't seen anybody else do. I think justice is an attempt by human beings to be civilized. And let me explain what I mean by that. In a civilized society, there has to be at least some established rules or boundaries within which people operate. And justice, in my opinion, has always been an attempt to benefit the largest number of people and disadvantage the fewest number of people. I think that is true about justice, whether you are thinking of it in terms of crime and punishment, or whether you're thinking of it in terms of, what is social justice. And by social justice, I don't mean that sort of tainted definition that is an unfortunate fact of internet trends, but actual social justice, where everybody has the opportunity to prosper where prosper is possible, rather than having a society where, like once upon a time there were royalty and they owned literally everything, and the people had to live off of their lands and pay them tributes and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, the idea that we're all equal, which goes towards what we were talking about last week about rights. If you want to establish that people all are basically equal at the very most basic fundamental level, and you want those people to be able to enjoy their equality and exercise their liberty to the greatest possible degree, you need to have justice as part of that equation. It's my opinion that equality, liberty, and justice are mutually dependent upon one another, and if you diminish any one of those three, you diminish the other two by extension. But getting back to the elemental part of what is justice, it's an attempt to become civilized. It's an attempt to make sure that people are treated fairly. Now you can ask, well then what is fair? And that's absolutely so subjective that there can't be any singular correct answer to that question. Some people think punishment is fair. You do something wrong happens to you. Some people think it's more fair to make sure that the same thing doesn't happen again. Some people think it's more. Some people value mercy. Some people value extreme punishment. So it really does depend. I think one unfortunate fact about justice is that it's something, even the concept, how it operates and how it's applied, it's been something that is handed down to us by our predecessors. We didn't create the modern sense of justice. We can affect it, but we inherited it. It was here when we got here, and whether or not we accept the justice that is administered in our own location, because the world's a big place and justice is not the same everywhere. But whether or not the people can change it is an issue, and whether or not people want to change it is an issue. because I have a hard time believing that places that practice corporal punishment, for example, I have a hard time believing that people actually want that on a large scale. I think maybe they think they're supposed to do it because it's religious or whatever. But I just have a hard time imagining that people could lose that much sense of their humanity that they think, decapitating someone for not believing, or or burying someone up to their shoulders and stoning them to death because they got raped. I can't really understand how the masses could think of that as justice. Brainwashing is a pretty serious part of it, but I don't want to digress on all that. I almost went off on one. Sorry. I think I'll have to wrap up the video. I'm supposed to be doing 10 things at once right now, and so I had to make sure I made this video before I go out. I want to thank everybody once again for their contributions. I hope we can have a discussion down below. I know this topic has been more or less exhausted, so there might not be much for the viewers left to say. But I do welcome all your comments, so please get busy in the low bar. And I look forward to talking to you again next week when Nathan will be bringing up a new topic on The Breakfast Club. Until then, thanks for watching, and may all your ups and downs be ups.